Green. To Curry. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Westbrook to Paul George from long range. Now Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Durant. Has a chance. Kevin Durant missed his first. That one goes. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws.
Ooh, I like that. I got it. Let's go.
A drive, but he can't get it to go. To Curry. Steph Curry. That's now 4. He hasn't missed. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
Westbrook into the front court. Margins 8. And count the basket. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Can't connect. Looking for his man. The Thunder have the possession. Here's a chance from long range. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Cousins. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Steve Kerr will change it up. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Westbrook and the rebound cleared by Thompson. Iguodala to bring it up. Down by one. And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Green. Over to the right side. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
George on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. To Thompson. Draymond Green. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Not that time. He missed it. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Curling inside. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Adams. Missed a wide open look. To Curry. Thompson. Thunder with the basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Warriors with the lead. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Knocked loose. Warriors have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Hold on tight. It's still in their hands. That approach, that's what you want to see. Nice save. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense. And stuffs it home.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Draymond Green trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. And he hits. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Westbrook across the timeline. Down 2. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now 4 for 6. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jet.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Substitution being made in this one. Bad pass there. Warriors have it. Nice pass to set.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Draymond Green pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And look out.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
4-3. That no good. Off the mark. To George. Kevin Durant. Huge block. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Time to shuffle things up. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Steph Curry picked up by Westbrook. For 3, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
To Schroeder. Fires the 3, so the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
To Paul George. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Goes to the right side. Thompson. He'll take that any day.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
And Russell Westbrook knocks down a wide-open 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Great feed. Sets it up. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Steph Curry against Westbrook. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Schroeder. Short jumper stays out. Green to Curry. Yes, Klay Thompson. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
Russell Westbrook, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Westbrook. And the rebound taken by Golden State. Deep three at the buzzer. Good. A three at the buzzer. Everything going right so far as they've extended the lead. First half in the books. The Warriors with the lead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Warriors are in a tight battle after two quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Thunder are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Steals.
We're seeing a lot of steals in this game, and it's not been one-sided. Each of the teams in this matchup have been aggressive on defense and getting some positive results.
Player of the half.
Steph Curry did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Durant to Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
And they call it
a simple touch foul.
finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
OKC ball. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Beyond the arc for three. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Westbrook. Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. Short jumper off the mark. To Westbrook. DeMarcus Cousins with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Short jumper won't fall.
Just the thought of coming into the lane amongst the trees, that shot was altered before he even took it.
Durant to Green. Yes, Klay Thompson looking good. 4 for 5.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish. That is great vision to set it up. Durant to Curry. From long range, has made his first couple, but he misses there. Green gets it in the right corner. Durant knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Curry into the front court. Lead stands at 7. DeMarcus Cousins. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
2-point shot for Curry. Add 2 points to the board.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
New blood coming in for both sides. Throws it up. Steven Adams able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Up 6. Draymond with the putback slam.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To George. Westbrook. George. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. Second and 3 is good. Knocks down all 3 at the line. And finishes strong.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
To Schroeder. Oh, emphatic slam.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Draymond Green rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
And too much contact.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
To Sean Livingston. Slam dunk Sean Livingston.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
George against Klay Thompson. Here's a chance from long range and knocks it down. And, Jay, the system produces once again.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Green. Thompson buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Dennis Schroeder. And the rebound taken by the Warriors. It's a big finish. Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Warriors enjoying some breathing room right now. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter, and I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Great dish to set it up. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Durant with the basketball up top. His guys leading by 14. Great look and vision. And it's Green, 4-2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with...
Whoa! Paul George. Knocked loose. 5 to shoot for Golden State. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
George. Man, that was a tough shot.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
and he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Nerlens Noel at the line for 2 shots. Not the best career mark, 62%. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Possession lies with Golden State. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not easy.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. To Thompson. Tosses. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Westbrook. Not that time. He misses. Curry with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. And a throwdown. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Steph Curry against the former MVP. Lets it fly from long range. Can't get the bounce. The rebound belongs to Oklahoma City. 4-3.
That'll be a winning formula in overtime every time. Answer a 2 on one end with a 3 on the other. Ed, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a 3 is more than a 2, correct?
That is great math, my friend. Curry shakes free and hits.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching this shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
For 3, missed it. The jumper's off the mark. To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And a putback slam.
There you go, big fella.
Durant down for Curry. Oh, emphatic slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oklahoma City ball. Westbrook. Kevin Durant tips it. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. To Durant. Fires fires the three. That's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Now pass taken away by the Thunder to Westbrook. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot. He hits.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Curry. Not that time. George, he has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
It's the Warriors who get the victory as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Golden State Warriors. The Thunder are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Check out the leading scores for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Draymond Green was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.